This is the 10th episode of Boxing Bets brought to you by esbrboxing.com. Once again, joined by Paul Kelly. Paul, this week there's not many close 50-50 fights, I don't think. There's a lot of boxing on this weekend, but not the close 50-50 fights that you'd be looking for if you were a big better.
No, I agree with what you're saying there. Yeah, although there's some decent action and quite a few cards, here over in America and stuff. There's none really that they're like, oh, it's a really, really good 50-50. But no, I still think we've managed to somehow find a few that tickle our fancy. If you want me to go ahead and say which ones I think.
Yeah, give
So,
us your best one.
I think my best one that I personally like is on the Sky card, the boxer card this weekend from Newcastle. One of the fights down the card, which I actually mentioned in our preview show, for that card that I think might be the fight of the night and it might steal the show. Bradley Ray v. Jess Smith. And I haven't watched a lot of either man, but looking at their resumes and just kind of their body of work, I thought I had in my head that it would be a genuine 50-50 and that the odds would be very close. So then going on to and saying that Jay Smith's a massive underdog, you can get him at 11-4 or around 3-1. I think that's just to win the fight. I think that's brilliant odds. Although he's lost three times, it's been against three good operators, and Bradley Ray, this is a big step up for him. So I think that okay, we might see Ray might rise to the level and above that level, and he might well beat him. But I think at about 11-4, 3-1 for him just to win is a great bet. And if I was looking at also in that fight, I don't think he would stop Bradley Ray. So 5-1 potentially on points. Could be another nice one.
Yeah, no, I think that I was also surprised at just how wide that is. Is there any other areas, maybe on an American card, that you're looking at?
Yeah, so I think it's on the Friday night Navarrete fights.
Yeah.
And again, his opponent, going off his record, he's beat some good men, and his only loss is to Shakur Stevenson, and that was by points. And I could see that happening again. So I think that Navarrete on points at 15-8, so nearly just below 2-1, could be a decent shot. I know Navarrete's got ridiculous power, and we were banging on the other day about how he stops everybody. But no, I think he will win. He might put his opponent down once or twice. You never know. But I think it might go very late, or hopefully for anyone if they take this bet the distance, because at 15-8, I think that's a really good price.
Yeah, I think we could see a situation maybe where he gets knocked down two or three times, but doesn't never he can't quite finish him. I think that bet does hold quite a lot of weight in that sense. I don't know if it'll be like just a boxing masterclass. I think he will hurt him, and I think that's where probably those lower odds for the KO come from. Just looking at his resume and just watching him in the past. I think for me, I'm looking at purely underdogs, and this might be the widest set of fights we've ever covered. I know they've talked about Matchroom having wide odds, but these cards on Friday and Saturday all have really wide odds. So there's just two underdogs, and again, this doesn't mean that I think they're necessarily going to win, but I do think they're the livest of the underdogs. So the first one is Lundy, who's fighting Ritson. Now, the American fighter isn't the most. He's not the greatest fighter in the world. I think he's got 9 losses, but he has the experience that maybe Ritson doesn't have. And obviously, I know we spoke about this, but I don't think you can say Ritson's a guarantee in any fight. It depends which Ritson we see. Would I be shocked on Saturday night if Ritson loses? Probably not. So I think at 3-1 odds and pretty heavy underdog there, I think Lundy's a pretty good bet if you are looking to maybe add a parlay and just gain some odds and on a chancer maybe. And the second one is actually in the heavyweight fight in the evening. And again, I think Hughie Fury will win, but if you are looking for an underdog, I don't think Christian Hammer's a bad idea. I think he's again got a lot of experience. They both have, but he's been in there with a lot of top fighters. And at 14-1, I don't think that's a bad bet at all. I would not be shocked if he catches Fury and beats him. So again, those are my two kind of underdogs that I'm looking at on this week, both on the Newcastle boxer card.
If I can add another one quickly on the Newcastle card, obviously, we didn't get to talk about it in our preview show because the fight hadn't been announced then. But Chris Eubank Jr. got added to the card. I think he's like 1 to 100 to win or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just having a quick look at the round betting, and I wanted to try and find one for rounds 1 to 3, but I couldn't find those odds. So I found rounds 1 to 2, he was 6 to 4 to win, and rounds 3 to 4, he's 21 to 10 to win. So if you want to maybe, I don't know, whatever you think is more likely, because I could see him ironing this boy out in 1 or 2 rounds. So I don't think 6 to 4 for Eubank Jr. to win by stoppage is a bad bet at all. And then again, as I said, just over 2 to 1 to win in rounds 3 to 4. But I don't personally see it going any longer than that.
Yeah, I agree. I think Chris Eubank gets the stoppage. I think maybe in the middle rounds, maybe like the 4 to 5 for me. I don't know if he'll get it in the early, just because again, you don't know how having his fight postponed that affects him. And again, I might be talking rubbish and he finishes him in within 30 seconds. But I'm just thinking it might take him a little bit longer to get into the fight. But when he turns it on, I think he'll finish the fight relatively quickly. So yeah, those are our 4 or 5 bets for this week. Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you've got any odds that you found that you think hold a lot of value, we'd love to hear them. Again, there's a lot of content going out this week. We've got an interview with Jez Smith on the channel, who we've mentioned in this fight as a potential underdog. So yeah, check that out on our recent videos. Thanks again, Paul, for joining us this week, and we'll see you guys later.
Cheers, Sam.